I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I've changed for the better this time. I thought I would never be fine. I strive just to say I'm alright, and for the first time in a long time I'm alright. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago.
Hello, testing. Okay, let's wait for everybody to show up. Quick. So, what's up, Six Flags Magic Mountain? How was your weekend?
Back a year ago.
Oh crap.
Way back a year ago. I see her rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots and a sexy body full of tats. Baby's bad, oh baby's hella bad. After her there ain't no coming back. Wanna take a run at that. I think she's feeling me. Turn it up a few degrees. My imagination of her body gets the best of me. Oh gosh, she's such a tease. Bitten lips, bruised knees. I'm addicted to her, need her touching me. Cause she got a bad little waist. And we tearing down this place. Off the liquor that we chase. Casamigos to the face. Baby, I don't need no space. Coming closer for a taste. And I'll show you how I make everything just fade away. Cause she's like sex, drugs, cocaine. Body so insane. Jealous of the clothing that she wears up on a tight frame. All game, no shame. Baby came here to play. I feel like an addict cause she's sex, drugs, cocaine. I see her rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots and a sex. Got a fine little body and her mind's kinda naughty. They say that once you taste it, you cannot replace it. She could get you high, all the dopamine inside triggers fast once she's naked. Her body's a creation. They say the devil made her for his entertainment, but even he couldn't learn how to contain it. Her high heels make a damn good statement. There is no replacement, a body by Satan. She got a bad little waist, and we tearing down this place. Off the liquor that we chase, Casamigos to the face. Baby, I don't need no space. Coming closer for a taste, and I'll show you how I make everything just fade away. Cause she's like sex, drugs, cocaine. Body so insane. Jealous of the clothing that she wears up on a tight frame. All game, no shame. Baby came here to play. I feel like an addict cause she's sex, drugs, cocaine.
Hey, what's up? Thank you for the stream. Thank you for coming to the stream. Today we're gonna it's all about running the game and GLEI. This was last week's lecture, but I got busy last week visiting my new niece. Alright, I hope everybody's here. I'm just gonna put a timer because our goal is to make this lecture only 1 hour long. If it's too long, we're gonna cut it short, and maybe we'll continue next time. Let's see, and go. Okay, welcome to the second lecture of about F-Sync in another world. If you have no clue what I'm talking about, check the first VOD about setting and backstage, it's in my Twitch account video gallery. You guys can check it out. Okay, so today we're gonna talk about running the game and GLEI. Okay, last we stopped, we have made our notes, right? Where is yeah, we made our DM notes last time. We have the encounter, we have the plots, and we have the rewards and monsters and stuff. And then once we're done, we get approval by the CM. We grab these, the first template we copied in the during the beginning of the last lecture. Copy this, we copy paste it into this board, another bounty board, and then we wait for players to be interested. Usually they just reach out to you via general, sometimes they PM you, and then you just have them to assemble a team. Let's say you have requested for 4 PC level 1. Hopefully you get a full party of level 1. And then that's next step is, once you get your party and everything ready to go, you go to queue and then you start making your queue list. I'm sure there's a copy paste somewhere, but I kind of forgot about it. But usually you just write FC, your name, and then the title of the adventure, and then your party member, Bob, Beep, right? And then you post this here, and then you do the same on the current chapter, or the current ongoing chapter. You click on this and then you paste it here too. And then you wait until CN create your OC, IC and OOC. So they'll probably grab these backstage and put in adventure for, let's see, one, I guess one. And they'll make a clone. They make you IC and OOC. IC is an in-character channel. And OOC is for your out-of-character channel. Hold on, where do you go again? Shoot. Ah, here it is. Did I see? Alright, and then you get something like this, and then the CM will say, okay, hey FC, see your game's ready, something like that. Alright, so you got IC and OOC, and then your party, CM will usually assign them a role at your discretion. You just give them, okay, I want my party to be called add mercenary. So from then on, you can just tag everybody with mercenary, something like that. If you check in your some players already in adventure, you can see, like, for example here, the Alibabas, right? And then you can pick them here. Hey, mercenaries, and they'll grab their attention. So from then on, they know they are going to play in this room from now on. Alright, once you got everything set up, first thing first, you are going to go to the text template, and then you're going to grab these really quick. This is the mini sheet for your players. Hi, welcome to the quest name, quest, yeah, and then you put down this thing. I believe this one is in the box, if I'm not mistaken. Check it really quick. Yep. Okay. And then you pin it. So if you recall, we have a Mythweaver during our character creation, and then we have this. This finish is the one that you are going to use, that the players are going to use during the gameplay. This is where you keep track of the health and anything, all the other variables and stuff. Alright, so when you copy paste, it's gonna look like this. All you have to do is just edit it, and then you can press enter again, and then it'll fix itself. Your player can copy it. Alright, so every time your player post it, you pin it. You pin the first one, and then you pin the second one. You pin everybody's mini sheet. Okay. And then whenever they want to update their mini sheet, they can always grab in the pin messages. They can go to their characters really quick, and then they update their HP or something. Oh no, I'm wounded. I'm wounded. And then this is where the story going on in character. I think it's you guys should be already familiar right now. All the dice rolling goes in here. This channel is supposed to be read like a book. It's a seamless storytelling, narrative text, and in character text. Right. So once upon a time, there was a farm boy, right? Whatever. And then Bob said, let's say, oh, hi farmer. Stuff like that, and then the game just keep going from then on. And then whenever your player wants to try something, you can resolve it here. Okay, Bob, roll persuasion, I don't know, and then Bob will roll it, right? Whatever. Okay, that's the basic stuff. Oh yeah, just make sure to pin the first messages, the first IC, the first in character message. It helps the readers to go to the start of the adventure to read the entire thing if they wish to. Or you can also pin like interesting scene that you like. Alright. Before you start adventure, before you run the game, you also need one more thing. It's the GLEI. It should be in the queue list. Hold on. It's in here. Report guide. Here it is. Okay. This is GLEI. GLEI is basically gain and loss experience points, and hold on, loot and experience points. So we got GLEI, GLEI. That's what it means. So part 1 is for the ongoing changes in game, right? So usually you want in your backstage to have one section called GLEI part 1. Ooh. Right? Don't bother with part 2 yet. Part 2 is for at the end of the adventure. So remember, part 1 is for the ongoing adventure while you were running the game, and part 2 is for when you do it at the end of the adventure. So what happens in part 1? For example, usually the easiest, very on the book thing, when our players gonna end up fighting one of the encounters we have already set up for them, like they fought the 4 wolf spirit, very angry, and then they won, they're gonna get 200 XP each, right? So that's what you're going to write down here. Plus 400 XP, I don't know, 100 XP each for defeating encounter 1, right? This is going to this section here is going to be an ongoing list that you guys gonna keep adding as the game goes on. Besides this, you also need a sheet. Let's see, it should be in FC General. Like if you have a Firefly catches tag, usually this channel will be accessible for you, and you just have to go to the pin message and then download this report Excel sheet. If you don't have Excel, you can grab one of Quila's G sheet. You can grab them in the chapter 3 in the pin message. Just go scroll down till you find this one, download this, and then you can open it with Google Sheet.
In my mind reckless, thoughts are feeling endless, sitting up I'm breathless, anxiety's infectious, I feel so defenseless, betrayed and embarrassed, I hate being open, I hate being broken, I feel like an ocean filled up with emotion, anger and emotion, rub it on like lotion, I can feel it soaking, reopen, the scars have awoken.
I don't think you guys can view my Google Sheet at the moment.
Need to be strong, every breath hold, cause I can't move on till I let go. I can't move on till I let go. I feel so
alright, this is pretty risky, but I'm gonna do it anyway for education. Alright, here it is. So you open it. Alright, so report template G sheet, you grab it here and drag it here and you should open it. Alright, so this is Quila's GLEI sheet. You have 4 pages. Sylvia's one have only 2 pages, is way easier. You just need an Excel. I think you can, how do I do this? I think you can learn yourself how to do this report template. The Google Sheet. Basically, you're just gonna update the XP for them, and then the loot, and then the money as you're ongoing, and then as you edit. Every time you update it, you can grab this part 1 and then you can just drop it into your backstage GLEI. Like so. So it's easier with the Excel sheet here. Also remember that you need to share this into your backstage as well, because CM, the council members are going to check it out. So you have the ongoing sheet, you have the GLEI part 1, and then you just keep going. The game goes on. Alright, so that's every time they defeat an encounter, you can update them. Excuse me. You can update the sheet with XP according to the the encounter that you've planned. There's also other form of XP reward. It's called RP XP. Some people might be confused with how do you reward RP XP. Okay, I'm just gonna ignore the Google Sheet right now. It's a totally different topic. I'm not gonna talk about Google Sheet right now. You guys can check it out on your own leisure. There are 2 of them. Quila's 4 pages GLEI sheet and Sylvia's GLEI sheet. You need both of them submitted here because we're gonna have to see if both match. The CM have already decided that these 2 are compulsory. It's just paperwork thing, whatever, right? Okay, let's talk about RP XP. Some I've seen might be confused about how do they reward their player for XP. Usually, whenever you want to reward XP, you have to be something like something accomplished or something worth reading inside the RP. Let's say Bob discovered a clue that leads to a murderer, right? So that's something that worth rewarding them with XP. But if just Bob saying hi to a farmer boy, that doesn't really worth anything, at least for me. Like many CM have different kind of take on it, but the rule of thumb is the range of XP reward is between 10 XP to 30 XP, and 30 XP is like it's like the caps for something that not only accomplish something in game, but also, according to Sylvie, worth reading when you scroll up to read it. And 10 XP could be something like, oh, disable a trap or something, right? Like, okay, 20 XP for Bob, for disabling trap, to save the owl bear baby. Owl bear, or is it owl cub? Owl bear topic, maybe next time. Right, so there you go, 10 XP to 30 XP. You might be tempted to reward them more XP just because they have like a lot of text, like they have something like, oh my god, their IC is so it's like a novel or something, right? Here's the thing. You might be able to argue, like their effort might earn some XP, but to be honest, according to Raw, right, a good RP is rewarded by what's the word? I haven't played the for so long. Inspiration point. You save XP for something actually they earn, you know. So you don't want people to make to write a short essay inside IC and nothing happened. They just farming for XP. We don't want that. We want something that actually ingoing in game. Right. So that's one over with. Remember, 10 to 30 XP rule of thumb. You can probably stretch it out to 40 or 50 reasonably if you can back it up with whatever, right? In XP. So you can see that RP XP is very flexible. It's just as long as you can back it up. Also, do not do this. Do not reward them XP for Bob for good RP. Don't do this. Don't do this. The CM, council members, they wanna see why did they earn these XP, like 10 for good RP. Come on. Show them a reason. Did they? I don't know. They disabled trap because to save the Owl Cup. Or maybe the characters, they stick to their gun, they stick to their character personality, that maybe the character hates owlbear no matter how cute they are, right? So that they're like they stick to their guns. They play around, you know. In your character sheet, you have the thing called personality, bond, ideal, flaws. If they play around that, that's what really would worth your XP, because they don't play as a they don't make their decision as a player. They make their decision as a character, and that's what you want. For me, usually for RP, you reward them in inspiration points first. If they already have inspiration points, then only you try to reward them with RP XP. If you don't think they earn inspiration point, I don't really think they would earn an RP XP. You feel me? So yeah, I understand some people. Actually, I'm just gonna stop rambling about RP XP and we're just gonna move on. We have limited time. Okay, a monster HP tracking. When the encounter ongoing, let's say, oh, the farmer boy attack. No, the farmer boy send 4 wolves, angry wolves. 5 Bob. Oh, give me a sec. Okay, so they send 4 wolves to attack Bob. Okay, that's when the encounter ongoing. When the encounter ongoing, you want to give them a HP tracking for CM to check it out, and this is how you keep track of monster HP. Okay, so you have a encounter 1, and then you have Wolf 1, and then their total HP. Wolf 2, total HP, and so on and so forth. Right? And as the encounter goes on, the wolf hits the player hits the wolf. Whenever the wolves are damaged by the players, you deduce the HP by the damage. So the Bob rolled the sword, and then he got 4 damage. Okay, 4 or whatever, right? 6, and now he only got 5 HP. And Bob attacks again after the next round, and then the wolves only have 2 HP, and then Bob hits with 5, and then the wolves dead. Okay, you see what I'm doing here? I deduce them and put the result, and then I keep subtracting them over, and then it could this long line. It could be even longer based on the monster HP. This is the thing that what CM are going to check, right? So they're gonna see, okay, the wolves is damaged by, attacked by 6 damage. Can we check it out? Where did the damage came from? Right? That's the thing they wanna see. Usually at the end of the encounter, you get something like this. So it's like some sort of a receipt of what happened during the encounter. That shows that they earn their encounter XP. Like, but you know, if one of them escape something, you can work with CM to reduce the XP reward, or you can even have the monster to show up in the next encounter. Here's the thing: every time there's a modification and improvisation going on inside the game, always tag CM and talk with them. Let's say you ask the CM, guys, listen, the encounter feels too easy for them because one of them happened to have a shield guardian. Can I ramp up the difficulty? Maybe add more monsters. Maybe their patrol suddenly return to the dungeon, and then they join the fight. Something like that. You work with CM. Every time you wanna add something, you wanna remove something, you wanna improvise, always ping your CM for approval. Without CM approval, usually there's gonna be trouble because, you know, because not all CM know how to balance encounter, how to improvise what they get ongoing stuff. Right. So I think, what else? I think that's all I can think about right now. Okay, I think I'm gonna open the floor for you guys for Q&A. You guys have any question for me? Oh, alright. Sorry about that. I haven't read the chat till now. I'm gonna catch up right now. See if you guys have any question for this Q&A session. Okay. Let's start with the day. Well, with the focus of the lesson. Okay, I already answered that. Okay, fine. Okay. Right. Are you a bit overwhelmed speech? Come on, please, someone. Right, track HP. Oh yeah. You need to track HP. Like this. That's well, this is how we do it. There's another way. People said, I'm not sure if CM approved it yet. Instead of subtract HP, what you can do is you add on the damage. Let's say the wolf is damaged by 5. And then Bob hit it with another 6. Okay, just add 6. Now it's 11. And then Bob hit it again with 2. Oh shit. Okay, plus 2, and then you added 15. So whenever the total damage, gets above the enemy's HP, that means they're dead. That's the alternate easier way I can think of to keep track HP, so it won't really like be too burden for you. Do you guys understand me so far? Alright, do you have any other question for me?
was on the page, but I didn't like their way. Had to fight and misbehave, had to find a way to change, had to leave to find my way.
I was expecting something like the game's gonna be today's lecture is gonna be longer, but I guess preparing is takes a lot of brain power. It takes a lot of more effort, so that's why yeah, you gotta appreciate your FC, man. It took a lot of shit to run a game for you. All right, cool. Let me see what else I can think of during the game ongoing. Right. Okay. Again, I want to remind you guys, always ping your CM if you have something. Either you want to add, you want to make some modifications, or if you have you're in a pinch to make some sort of what's the word, education, adjudication for certain rules ongoing in game, you can always ask CM and CM can help you out. How are you going to make a wing it ruling or whatever? Go on. Alright, okay, yes, other than pinging FC, you can also ping the players for, just to encourage activity, Maybe they haven't answered for quite some time, you can just ping, let's say, hey guys, something like it. Let's keep going. Something like that. Okay. I'm not sure what sort of advice are you looking for about running the game in our server. I'm assuming you're talking about another world, but this is what I'm doing right now. I'm breaking apart how to run the game in 3 parts. Are there any specific stuff are you looking for, or are you just looking for general tips during while you were running the game? Okay, here's one thing I can help you out. I think it's a general tips about DC, setting up DC, or even just calling for a role in general. Alright, first, you want to encourage players to do stuff in character instead of calling for the role. Like they say, can I roll a stealth check to sneak around? And then you tell them, no, you don't do that. You don't call for the role. That's my job. I'll call for the role. You tell me what you want to do. Like, okay, I'm gonna look for traps. Okay, and then you ask them, okay, tell me how are you going to look for them. So instead of roll perception, see if you can. Okay, you roll high. Okay, you see a trap. Okay, see, it's already became a gamey thing. Instead, because I see it's more like reading a book. Maybe you can ask them, okay, this trap, how are you going to find a trap? Okay, the play could come out like, I'll take out a handful of soft sand and then I throw it into the air, see if it's been pulled by a crack that might imply an airflow or whatever, right? Or they say, okay, I'm gonna poke around the tiles with a 10-foot pole, see if I can press down any pressure plate, and then activate the trap so it'll be safe for us to go through. Sometimes when they do stuff like that, when they go creative in story, in character, you can just forego the rolling and just go straight. Okay, you guys did it. That was brilliant. But if it comes to it, when you figure out like, okay, I'm not sure if you can succeed, that's when you go for the role. But there's also some sort of like a formula Sylvie introduced. Okay, first thing first, when they do something and then you try to ask some sort of a question, right? Okay, can they fail when they try this? Like, okay, I'm gonna poke the holes, I'm gonna poke the tiles with the stick. Can they fail in this action, or are they like guaranteed succeed? Right? Like other example, like, okay, let's say the old situation where players are tracking for enemies and then none of them succeed in rolling the tracking roll, and then the game just going nowhere. So that's the moment where you want to forego rolling and just go straight. Okay, you succeed, you follow the tracks, and then it leads you to the dungeon. Something you can, you can skip the roll. Some things you have to ask this question. Like, you ask, can they fail? If they can fail, you ask another question. Okay, can they repeat the action until they succeed? If they can keep on trying until they succeed, you don't really need to roll the dice, because I'm sure the player will ask themselves, can I roll again? can I keep rolling until they succeed with no prize at all, with no consequences? Then just give them the success, but if they, like, let's say Bob trying to open a jam door, right, and then maybe they are being chased by the enemy, so you can see the players are faced against an obstacle, and they also have a limited time. So that means they have a chance to fail, and also they cannot repeat the action until they succeed. They have to succeed or else. So you have two questions already, kind of imply, okay, you might need a roll here. That's when you set a DC. So that's when you go for the the average thing. 5 to 10 is easy. 11 to 15 is normal difficulty, and then beyond that is hard difficulty. And you can decide yourself, is it gonna be a difficult task, is it gonna be a normal task, and that's how you decide the rolling. Is there gonna be a rolling or no? All right. Oh yeah, it's probably the delay. Sorry about that. Okay. That's for the DC thing. Do you guys follow me so far? Alright, if you have no question, I think I can share you one more tips. If you remember, in our last lecture, I introduced you guys to the hints and clues things, right? This list here. So when you pepper this around the place, you don't want your players to search the clues only in one place. They're gonna overthink it, and they're gonna waste a lot of time and say that, I'm gonna keep trying to check it and stuff. Especially in a gumshoe sort of adventure where there's gonna be a lot of investigation, you're gonna be a lot of interview. I call this a law and order technique. Whenever they they either they searching for clues, or they what's the word, interrogating a suspect, right? They're just gonna keep going and going until they squeeze dry because they have no idea if they succeed or not. That's the time when you think they have already enough the clues they can gain. They have exhausted all the clues they can get from these sources. That's where you can just put the black bar, and then just go for the law and order thing. Ding, ding. It's like a transition between scene thing. It kind of at least you have to tell them first that you are going to do this in your story, so they understand that they have exhausted all the clues here. So you don't have this the RPG or story where they are trapped in an overthinking loop where they're trying to do all they can to look for clues and hints on something where there are none. Yeah. So that's one thing, law and order. Alright, I think that's it for me. I hope this lecture helped you guys. After this lecture is gonna be online on Twitch as a VOD for I think 2 weeks. You can download it here, and later I'm gonna upload it to YouTube. Thank you for coming to my lecture. I hope to see you guys next week. Next week we gonna have talk finally about report and CAD and reward. If you guys have any other question, maybe they pop up later, you can always ping me in another world server, and then I'll try to answer to the best of my ability. Alright, see you guys. Bye bye.
cause I got something to prove. I gotta take what I hate and finally make a move. I think of you and all the shit you don't do. Well, I'ma make hella sure that I don't become you. I have no regrets, yeah, I'll tie up my chest. I'll never forget what it's like to be in debt. Been stabbed in the back bed, I'll show you